All right, we're live. Hello and welcome all. I'm Shrey, your host at Salesforce Hulk, mostly or majorly. Today we are back with another live webinar on the topic Turn Data into Dollars with Tableau. Before going ahead into what exactly we are going to talk about in this webinar, I would like to make a forward-looking statement which says the following. Whatever which says the following, which can be shown onto the screen, and which in summary says the following. Anything that is presented over here in this webinar is purely for informational and educational purposes. Please do not make any buying and purchasing decisions based on the information provided here. Please refer to the required documents before making any of those decisions, and accordingly make your call. Now let's talk about Syntexa, which helps us bring all of these webinars to you, with the help of which we are able to educate and provide value to you. So Syntexa is a Salesforce Crest Gold, earlier called as Gold Consulting Partner, catering to 14 different industries with clients spread across to 20 different countries. The one thing that makes Syntexa a unique Salesforce partner is the speciality or the specialization into multi-cloud and cross-cloud capabilities that we have. What that means is that in Syntexa, we have practice of almost all of the Salesforce clouds, and that makes us the one stop place for anyone who is looking for any of the Salesforce implementation or probably any of the cloud implementations as such. We are also an approved ISV partner, App Exchange partner, cloud reseller partner, and link partner. We also hold partnership with Google Cloud, AWS, Microsoft, ServiceNow, and Intex. We've done these many projects with these many customers, and these are the number of professionals that are working with us. Today, again, we have our very own, very dear, very near Vishwajit Srivastav, who is a CTO at Syntexa, with us onto the show, and he'll help us understand how actually data can make dollars for us. As far as I'm concerned, I'm a CEO at Syntexa and S2 Labs, and people in the Salesforce community know me by the name of Salesforce Hulk. If you don't know that yet, go ahead and check out the YouTube channel Salesforce Hulk. You'll get to know why I'm called like that. Today's agenda looks something like this. The power of data visualization. So we'll understand the power of data visualization as if you don't understand, but still we'll put our focus and energy and effort in order to make you understand what exactly is the power of data visualization, or what data visualization can do for you or for your business. Next, introduction to Tableau and its products. Then we'll understand the different types of charts that are available into Tableau. Then we'll dive deep into the Tableau AI. Then the Einstein Copilot for Tableau. Then we're going to give you a little demo on how Tableau works, and we'll just show you how exactly it looks like and functions. Then we're going to talk about why Tableau, and then how to leverage Tableau for different industries and departments, and some real world use cases and success stories onto the same. Then we're going to talk about the most interesting topic, that is how to choose the right implementation partner if you're looking for one. And then the question and answer section. Hope this agenda sounds interesting and very thought-provoking, or probably generating some curiosity out there in you, which is exactly going to be the reason why you're going to stay till the end of it. So shall we start?
Yes.
All right. We're good. Now let's try to understand the power of data visualization. See, when you're running a business, it's all about data. How it's all about data? Because you want to grow your business, but how you're going to measure that with the help of data? You want to raise funds from your investors, but how you're going to showcase that there is a potential into the business? With the help of data. You want to motivate the people working into your company and would want to give them positions, but still at the same point of time want to hold them accountable for the responsibilities that have been assigned to them. How you're going to hold them accountable? With the help of data. So no matter which industry, which business, and which sector you're doing the business in, data is the best friend for you if you really know how to run the businesses. And not knowing the right data about your business can cost you so much that you'll not be able to forgive yourself. And that's exactly what products like Tableau or tools or platforms like Tableau can help you identify and visualize, and that too in an easier way. When I say data visualization, a lot of people think that, okay, you're just seeing some bar charts, some pie graphs, some pie charts and some bar graphs and some line charts and stuff like that. But it's way more than that. It's also about getting the right insights about your business and where exactly it needs your attention, and you performing, or your systems or your people performing the right actions whenever and wherever required. What happens is, when you start the business, slowly and eventually that business performs as expected, and the data from all of its ends is very clear. But as the business grows and as the variables and the parameters involved into the business changes, the data that flows from everywhere changes. And when the data that is flowing from everywhere changes, what happens is that somehow, somewhere loses your sights and doesn't allow you to adapt accordingly, according to the data that is flowing in. And that's exactly what data visualization helps you do. A lot of people out there still do most of their business related things onto those Excel sheets or onto those spreadsheets. Of course, they're good, they're no bad. But the point is, business users nowadays either do not have the skill sets to use those Excel sheets the best way possible, and even if they have the skill set, they do not have the time. And even if they have the time, they do not want to be bored out looking onto those spreadsheets or onto the raw data that is being present over there with those not so colorful and not so engaging charts that you make after putting a lot of effort, of course. All of these things can be improved, not in terms of experience, but also in terms of real-time accessibility to the data that comes from all across. If you really want to do some data analytics onto those Excel sheets, what happens is, you first have to collect the data, you have to prepare it, you have to do all of that stuff, and till the time you are preparing the data and you're presenting it to the people, it's already a week old, or it's probably a month old, which is no more relevant to take the right actions that are required to be taken today. And in order to take the right actions which are required to be taken today, you need data of today to be analyzed and action taken accordingly. And actions to be taken accordingly to the data that is provided to you today. And that's exactly where data visualization comes into the picture. And Tableau is the god for it. So yeah, that's pretty much what it is. I think I did the right way. Do you agree?
Yeah.
I mean, no. You have something else?
You definitely covered all of it.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, that's what data visualization is. You just see the data right in front of you, and you do not have to prepare all of these things again and again. And also the capabilities and the things that this platform provides, which allows you to explore more of the things in the data than just what you are looking for. In all of the other things or in all of the other tools where you analyze the data, you only set the formulas, or you only prepare for the things that you are looking for. But when you're using tools like Tableau, it shows you the data which you might be even missing out, that might be important for your business. So a lot of data visualization tools, or a lot of data exploration can be done when you have the right tool to visualize the data for your business, and that's a very, very important thing. You would like to add something?
Yeah, I would like to add something. Please. So on adding on top of it, so like having data analytics in the mix definitely helps us a lot. You are able to calculate some new insights, you are able to identify some new trends using the statistical models and the mathematical models which are available that you can apply to your business. So having data analytics is also one of the addition to it, and Tableau provides us that. Yeah.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Why data visualization and analytics is important in today's business landscape? See, it's very simple. How will you measure the performance of your business? How will you measure the performance of the people who are working into your business? How will you measure the performance, or how will you performance the quality of the service or the product that you're delivering if you'll not have data analytics, right? So it's not a question that needs to be answered, at least today, to the business people who are running businesses. They all know very well that in order to run businesses on scale and not even if people are not planning to do it on scale, even if they just want to run it on a small scale but want to provide that great experience to their customers, they would need data. So it helps them monitor the key KPIs and track progress towards the goals, identify the trends in customer behaviors and preferences, visualize, integrate data sets, making them accessible to stakeholders, communicate insights and recommendations effectively, and make data-driven decisions that drive business success. And that's exactly what it does.
Yes.
You saying something? Okay. Yeah, so there is 35% increase in productivity, 28% highly likely. We all know that there is no need for adding such slides, but I don't know, somehow it hits you at the right place. So we're just going ahead with that. 28% higher likelihood of detecting anomalies, 12% higher revenue growth rate for companies using data analytics. And these are the sources from some good sources. Then comes introduction to Tableau and products. All right, let me be a student of Vishwajit today and understand what exactly this Tableau tool does. And I'll try to understand it in a way that I'm listening to this for the very first time, and let him make me understand what this is about. And whatever questions I'll be having, I'll just ask it right away. So shall we start?
Definitely.
Please.
Yeah, so Tableau. So Tableau started off in 2003 and they got acquired by Salesforce in 2019.
How such long?
Yeah, 2019 they got acquired, and
16 years.
16 years, yeah. And the reason why I mentioned it, because it definitely has kind of changed how data analytics inside Tableau is working right now.
Tableau has changed the market completely when it comes to data visualization.
Yeah. And so first of all, so Tableau is a data analytics platform. As you mentioned earlier, it empowers business doing complex data actionable insights, and it has a drag and drop interface. So like you don't have to write the queries, you don't have to write the scripts. You can definitely use them. Like if you're using R scripting, Python scripting for your, some kind of data analytics, you can use that, but you don't have to do it specifically when you're using Tableau. If you want to do it, you can do it, but it's not required. They have a Vis query, which is basically visual query. You can, create your own query simply by dragging and dropping your data sets and certain parameters into the filters, into the data columns that you want to view and the grouping that you want to apply. You can do that. It provides advanced data exploration analytics capability. So basically it allows businesses to, have some data analytics models and tools and certain predictions to be done inside data itself only, which can be helpful for us or identifying whether this is likely to be converted or not. So we can use that kind of information. And then not only that, Tableau gets integrated with different platforms as well, and it offers strong mobile capabilities. And when I say it gets connected with different cloud platforms, why we need that? Once you have identified the data, once you have, let's say, created the data, you have data set, you have done some kind of analysis, you have done some kind of insights. Now you would want to take actions onto it. Like you have identified, okay, there has been a decrease in our sales, and we can see the page visits on our website is going down. So you want to take actions onto it. So you can configure those actions. So for that, you would be needing some kind of integration for connecting Tableau with some different platforms. So over there, we have that capability as well. So primarily, Tableau is kind of divided into four sections, not four sections, but four pieces: Tableau Desktop, Tableau Prep, Tableau Server, and Tableau Cloud.
So when you say Tableau Desktop, is it a desktop application that you install?
Yes.
Okay.
I will be going deep into that. So Tableau Server and Tableau Cloud, I will explain a little bit later. So Tableau Desktop is basically a way where a data scientist or a business, business owner or a stakeholder can simply go in, create their data sets, bringing them from different places, doing some kind of analysis, adding some kind of formula, some calculated insights onto it, adding on some kind of configurations onto it. So Tableau Desktop is the core place where you kind of get the data, you kind of, create some kind of reports, some visualizations out of it. So that is Tableau Desktop. Then we have Tableau Prep. So Tableau Prep is basically the power of Tableau, which allows us to extract the data from different sources, transform it according to our need, and then load into Tableau. So Tableau Prep is kind of a tool which allows us to get the data, transform it, then store it inside Tableau. So these two are the core things. Now let's say as a data scientist, as a business manager or a stakeholder, you have done that. Now you would want to give access. You would want to, showcase this data to your team members, to your stakeholders, or to your partners itself only. In that sense, you want some kind of collaboration capability. Now, how do you get that? Tableau Desktop is a desktop application, as you just said. So we have Tableau Cloud and Tableau Server. So Tableau Cloud is basically a renamed version of Tableau Online. So Tableau Cloud is a capability where we have the data and our complete dashboard, complete visualization is stored online, and you can simply share it with them, have some kind of collaboration with them, activate onto it. So you have a Tableau Cloud environment where you can get licenses per user per login basis, and you share it with them. Then you have Tableau Server. In Tableau Server, it's the same thing, but you keep the server in your infrastructure, in your premises or in your cloud provider, and you have complete control over how the data is flowing in between that and how the data is being stored. So for some kind of compliances, regulation, or some for security measures itself only, you want to do that, you can use Tableau Server, else you would be using Tableau Cloud. So in Tableau Cloud, you don't have to kind of, have the headache of managing the servers itself only.
But still, someone, like a lot of businesses do not want their data to be onto the cloud, and hence they can go for the server thing.
And definitely in kind of scenarios for some of the regulation and compliances as well, they have to make sure. So like, I want to keep it inside Spain region itself only. I want to keep it over here only. So
a lot of compliances.
A lot of compliances. Next up, we have, what does Tableau do? So Tableau kind of allows us to, basically what.
So Tableau helps you enable the data set, produce the data set, and consume it to take actionable insights or to take the actions accordingly. That's all what it helps you do.
Exactly.
When we say enable the data, or like enable you, it's all about providing the right data from the right sources at the right time when it is required, and in the most easiest way possible,
and in the most relevant way, relevant data structure, or relevant I would say format, the data model you want it for your reporting and for your visualization purposes.
So that's exactly where the prep comes into the picture. So you just sync all of the data sources, you bring the data from the data sources into the Tableau platform. Then you prepare it accordingly to generate the kind of data sets that you want to generate in, and you're going to generate those data sets in order to do the data exploration. For whatever kind of data exploration you want to do, you can create the data sets accordingly. And after that, you can use all of those insights with the help into different applications to take the actionable insights, whether it be just notifying a user or sending an email to a user or a customer, or as complex as executing a trigger or executing a flow or something like that. So that's something that is something with which Tableau can help you. Next is the Tableau products. Number one, we have Tableau. So we have already discussed it. Like, I mean, why are we again going through it?
Okay, so Tableau, we are again going through it because Tableau we have as a tool itself only. It gives us data exploration, data prep. Then we have certain other capabilities. What I talked about earlier is the key aspects of Tableau itself only. Now we are going to talk about the additional things, some features that we get out from it. So data exploration, definitely. Data prep, we already discussed. Then we have Tableau accelerators, basically pre-built industry-specific dashboard for quick implementation. So like you want a dashboard for manufacturing industry, you have that. You want some kind of dashboard for financial services industry, you have that. For banking, you have it. For retail, you have it. So you have some of the accelerators provided, which you can directly import and connect a data source and start utilizing it. So you don't have to create those reports. You don't have to create those visualizations by yourself. You can rely onto it and you start using it. They also have some incorporated insights. They also have some incorporated predictive analysis into it. And they also have some kind of, AI capabilities built around it. Like we will be talking about the AI capability, but they already have pre-built AI capabilities around it. We can do that. And we have flexible deployment. So it's up to us where we want to deploy it, either cloud or server. It's up to us, as I explained earlier. Then we have security and governance. We can control who has the access to it, how we are transferring the data, who has been accessing to it when it was kind of downloaded, when it was kind of loaded. So we have it for the governance purposes, for audit purposes, and then we have security where we can control who has access to which particular data set, which particular model that we have created, which particular visualization that we have created. So we have that. Next up, we have Tableau Pulse. So now what is Tableau Pulse? So Tableau Pulse is AI capability of Tableau. So before I kind of, do a deep dive into that, I wanted to kind of highlight how analytics has transformed over the period of time. And I will be taking help of Salesforce Dreamforce presentation itself only, where I was. So yeah, so basically we have the first one is full service. So in the initial days, we had full service kind of implementation. What that means is you are into, let's say, HR department. You want some kind of reports. You want some kind of analytics. What you would have to do? You would have to go to the data scientist. You would have to go to the IT guy. You would have to go to somebody and tell him, I want this data. Either you would call him, either you would go over there, either you will send him an email, and they will give that data back to you in 1 day or 2 days. And then you would say, it is missing certain things that I require for my actions. Then you have to again go back to them. So this was the first kind of full service wave one. Okay. Over which you have to kind of give them a request, then they would give it back to you, and then you would have to take actions onto it if they provide the right data. Then came the self-service, where self-service, what that means is you have the capabilities in your hand. The data has been linked, the data sets has been already created. You have the capability to create your own charts. You have the capability to create your own predictions. You would need some kind of training, but you would be able to do that. So that was self-service kind of thing. Okay. Now where we have kind of come across is personalized service. What that means is personalized service. You have done the self-service part, but now you want those insights to tell you this is going wrong. This is going in the right direction. And over here, AI comes into the picture. So let's say I am working into sales. Okay. I am working into retail and I am managing the retail side of the things. I have certain KPIs that I track on a weekly basis. Okay. Let's say I'm tracking the number of orders. I'm tracking the number of cases. I'm tracking the number of inventory. I'm tracking the revenue itself only. Then if there is a drop into our inventory, it would simply compare over the past few weeks or past few months, and it would say there has been a significant or I would say actionable drop into your inventory, like 12% down, inventory is 12% down, page visits are 13% up, and your sales in the California region has gone by 30%, gone high by 30%, and your revenues kind of inclined to go upwards. Once you have that all of that information, what you can do is you can rely on Tableau Pulse. It will tell you all of that. Now, what that information will help you in doing is, it will help you identify, okay, if that's happening, then there must be certain things which is happening into the business that I'm not aware about, into the industry that I'm not aware about. And when you go and look into it, you may find out like there was a new mobile phone release and it was listed on your website. And that's why there was this uptick into the California region for your phone category. And that's why your revenue is going to increase and you are seeing a dip into your inventory itself only. So it can actually help you in that. Not only that, Tableau Pulse also allows us to kind of ask some questions. We can ask Tableau Pulse some questions like, why there is this uptake into the sales? It would simply tell us based on the subcategory, we are seeing an uptick into the subcategory for phones by 13%, whatever that number is, and it will help you. So Tableau Pulse is doing certain job for you. You don't have to go and look into the insights deeply. It is telling you this is happening. You need to take actions onto it. So Tableau Pulse is that capability from Tableau which allows us to do that. So it delivers us personalized home pages and digest. So you may be following the sales, you may be following the case, you may be following the inventory. So you would be getting different analytics from all of that. It will be telling you are following 18 different dashboards. Out of those 18, 3 are kind of, out of the line. Basically, they are not acting the way they should be. So it would highlight those for you. Then we have metrics and insights. You can definitely use NLP to go deep into that. Then we have Slack, email and web integration. You would get a daily reminder or a weekly reminder on your email or web identifying there has been a drop into the sales itself only, and we would be able to realize it. Then we have mobile capabilities, as I said earlier. And with mobile capabilities, you have all of that access within your mobile hand, and you can simply, and you will get
There's no mobile hand that exists.
Okay, my bad. So you have your mobile in your hand and then you can do all of that. My bad, sorry. Okay, next up we have Tableau Embedded Analytics. So to put it in a simpler term. So you have done the analysis, you have created some visualization, you have done some predictive predictions, and you have added certain things. Now you want it in your portal, you want it in your CRM, you want it in your website, where you want to showcase it to your customers or showcase it to your team members. How do you do that? So over here we have Tableau embedded analytics. So Tableau provides Tableau embedded playground, where we can simply configure how the dashboard should look like and all of that. It would give you the HTML and the JS code, which you need to simply integrate and add into your website, and that's it. You have it on your website or your CRM platform. There are certainly definite additional things to it, like configuring the OAuth to like how the user would be signing in, whether it be a public one or not, which API you would be utilizing to get the data from the Tableau server or Tableau online platform. So those all things are there, but it allows us to do that. We can control who has access to what. If we are logging in internally, we could control that. And then trusted authentication. So we have the connected app, the direct trust, OAuth, two different ways of managing it. So we'll be not going deep into that, but we can do that. Next up, we have CRM analytics. Now, this is something which is, I would say, an extended version of Tableau embedded analytics. So basically what happened was, we would be seeing in next slides. So Salesforce had Wave, which they were using for their reporting and analytics purposes. So their Salesforce report works good, but it does not work.
This Wave started in 2012, right?
Yeah, 2013, and reports were good, but reports had certain limitations.
It is not good.
Yeah. So we will be. We have kind of. They had this tool Wave, and then they added on certain more things to it. Then they got to Einstein Analytics, and then Einstein. Sorry, my bad. Einstein Analytics. And after that, we have Tableau CRM. When they were at Einstein Analytics phase, they realized we need certain good platform, and they acquired Tableau in 2019. When they kind of acquired it, they added its capability into Salesforce itself only. So added all of those capabilities natively into Salesforce, and we have CRM Analytics, which was earlier known as Tableau CRM. In CRM Analytics, you have the complete capability of kind of, creating your own data set, creating your own recipe, and adding in your, predictive analysis, creating your visualization, adding them to a dashboard, and then activating on top of it. So CRM Analytics has everything, which we talked about in the Tableau itself only. The Tableau desktop part, the Tableau prep part, they have it inside it in the CRM Analytics itself only. So CRM Analytics uses SAQL, and Tableau uses WizQL. So they have a different kind of, internal mechanics as well of how they function. So CRM Analytics give us the intelligent apps out of the box. So pre-built AI analytics and AI directly embedded into various clouds. So like we have for loyalty, we have for manufacturing, financial services. They have certain, I would say, visualization templates that we can use, certain AI-driven predictive analysis that we can use in our own application. Then we have industry apps, which is again empowered for the industries. We have action framework. Action framework allows us to do certain things, send email, update a record, send an email, or call a trigger, or activate a flow. We can do that. Then we have data platform. So data platform is basically the something kind of data prep side of things, where you kind of get the data, ETL kind of things you are doing. So it has certain connectors as well. Not only you are limited to Salesforce, you have certain other connectors as well to which we can rely on. After that, we have security and user management. In security and user management, what you get is, as the name suggests, you have the security of Salesforce itself only, and then the user management, you can control who has access to what. And you could control that, and that would definitely be an added benefit for your business. The next slide is showcasing what I explained earlier.
Exactly what you explained.
The evolution. So I will not be going into that. Next up, we have Tableau CRM asset. So I just wanted to kind of highlight.
So there is one data.
Yeah.
In data, you just create different kinds of data sets. Then you create the flow of the data, that how and from where the data will be flowing. Then you create the recipe.
So recipe is just wanted to highlight. So recipe is just basically something where you can transform the data. You can specify. I want to do analytics.
You can create it into a particular way how you want to look at it.
Yeah, and you can include AI predictions as well, and you can kind of add on certain key attributes that you want to include into it.
And then there is experience.
Experience, basically UI part of that.
UI. For that, we have different apps, lens, and dashboards. And then we have the integration capabilities with Salesforce. And
Salesforce is directly utilizing it. Tableau can use it if it want. It has the capability to connect to Tableau, but they are running on a little bit different architecture internally, the tech stack.
And there's API capabilities as well, so that we can connect it with any of the platforms or any of the applications if you would want to. Next is understanding different visual analytics. I don't think we'll have to give you much explanations about it, but still we would want the screen to be fully there. Yeah, so that's what it is. Charts, geospatials, tables, pie charts, bar chart, line chart, scatter plot, histogram chart, bullet graph, packet, bubble chart, box and whisker, tree maps, proportional symbol maps, choropleth, isopleth, area maps, highlight tables and heat maps and text tables. If you think there is something missing with Tableau, make sure to write that down in the comments so that we can help Tableau get that on their platform. I have never found something like that today. But if you think that there is something like that, please write that down in the comments. Now let's dive deep into Tableau AI. When it comes to AI in Tableau, it just helps you remove the repetitive tasks that you do on top of it. It gives you actionable insights. It gives you notifications of the data that you might not be looking into, but that is something that might be very helpful for you. And also it can help you generate the right kind of data on simple prompts, right? That's exactly what it does. So if you'll write down, I want to understand which salesperson is making the most of sales in North American region and is less than 2 years of experience. So you'll not have to create all of the things, or you'll have to create those data sets and stuff like that. It'll help you do that and it'll give you the insight into it. So that's the power of AI that you can utilize with with Tableau AI. And also one most important thing when it comes to AI and Salesforce is the trust layer. Why trust layer? Because it just masks the data that it takes. And so see, Salesforce is running onto a multi-tenant environment, and when it is running on a multi-tenant environment, everybody is sharing the resources that it is providing out there. When everybody is sharing the resources, and AI just utilizes the previous information which is fed to it to provide insights to other customers as well. So the same AI is serving, let's say, A business and B business. What are the chances of this AI not providing A's insights to B, or something related to A's data to B? There are huge chances, right? Because this AI stores the information that is provided to it as a prompt as well. But when it comes to Einstein AI or the AI and Salesforce thing, there is a trust layer which is added, in which what happens is that the sensitive data which gets sent to the AI gets masked first, and then the prompts get generated onto the masked data, and then the unmasking happens again, and then the prompts the response of the prompt is provided to the user who has sent that prompt or who registered that prompt. But so this helps maintain the data for each of the org that is using any of the Salesforce products, and that's the beauty about it. Am I correct?
Yes, you are. And one thing I would like to highlight, so for Einstein Trust Layer, you can go back to our previous webinar way back in September. We discussed a lot about it, so you can look back and have a look at it.
All right. Then there comes Einstein Copilot for Tableau. Whenever we say Copilot, it's just another level of AI that you get an access to. And it just doesn't help you get the real-time information or get the insights and your right data to be shown to you, but it also gets things done for you. Like what all?
Before I deep dive into that, I wanted to highlight the key difference between Tableau Pulse and Copilot for Tableau. So Tableau Pulse is targeted for the business users. It is most functional when you are kind of relying on to when you have a dashboard, when you have some kind of visualization pre-built. You can simply have some faith into Tableau Pulse that it will tell you all of that information. So it kind of do analysis of the dashboard and identify the new trends for you and highlight those trends for you. So you don't have to go and study the charts, study the visualization. It does that for you. So that is Tableau Pulse. It is primarily for business users. It gives you contextual insights from the dashboards, from the visualizations that you have created. Then we have Tableau Copilot. Now, what Tableau Copilot is primarily for the data scientist, somebody who is doing data exploration, somebody who is doing certain, creation of data sets, creation of some kind of visualization. So you would be using Tableau Copilot. So Tableau Copilot helps you in that. Let's say you have some data set and you want to know, I want to identify the people who have done who have made or who have purchased from our website from the region of California in the past 4 months, and they are within the range of 30-35. So you would enter that into the Copilot, and Copilot will give you those filters. If you want to create some kind of calculated insights, so like what is the average lifetime value for these kind of customers, you would simply input that and Tableau will give the formula for you. And when you say, what is the right way of visualizing this information? It will give you the right kind of chart that we kind of just but kind of, gone through. It would highlight and it would simply add on to it. So Tableau Copilot is something which helps you doing data exploration, which helps you when you are creating some data visualization. Whereas Tableau Pulse is something which is doing the contextual insights part of thing. It is primarily helping the stakeholder, somebody viewing the data, what this data is telling me. So that's where Tableau Pulse come into the picture. Now in the Copilot, so again, it has the trust layer, the infamous trust layer. And then we have the users past action leveraging the customer data. So it offers more personalized experience. It has certain pre-configured, but prompts which are more sensible or which are more useful for the businesses. Then we have, it enhances the productivity by promptly answering the questions, as I said, the formula thing, the filter thing, and identifying the right type of chart and applying it. So there comes the Tableau Copilot thing. So yeah.
Now we have the demo for you.
Okay, just give me a second. Hold on, let me open up my environment. Where is it? Here it is. Right, yeah. We can have a look at the demo. All right, so first up, I am kind of showcasing the Tableau core, the Tableau desktop, for the kind of, showcasing what type of reports, what type of visualizations we have. So this is a data set that I'm utilizing. It's for retail industry, which is selling both offline and online. So here we have a table, which is kind of heat map of a table, which is telling us like in the central region of US, from office supplies, the binder and the binder accessories are getting the most sales, and office supplies are something which is getting the most sales for us. So it gives us that clarity. So it helps us easily understand which of the subcategory from these product categories doing how well in these specific regions. So it can do that. Then we have the total sales division over here. Then we have the capability of, seeing the sales and then viewing it on a map as well. So if you can remove V from the slide, I will show you. Yeah. So over here we have different states of US, like the 50 states of US. And if I kind of, search it like that, it will simply show me how many sales is happening in that particular region. So this data set is configured for the state region. So that's why we are seeing only state. If it would have been configured for city or some zip code, we would be able to see that as well. Next up, we have this kind of dashboard. So this dashboard is showcasing us this capability, like the total sales in every subcategory. So office machines is doing the most sales. Then we have chairs. Then we have telephones. It is delivering us that kind of information. Then we have this kind of information from the shipment perspective. The shipment perspective is telling us in the January month, there were these many sales. Out of those, regular air carrier shipments were these many. Express air were these many, and delivery truck were these many. Now, what this information is going to help from a business perspective, just look at it and try to understand. If you're seeing the trend, then you can identify like with which particular carrier provider that I'm utilizing, I need to have a better deal with, or maybe I need to add on some more carriers into my business so that I can reduce the cost of it. So you can rely on to that kind of data. Then we have this kind of view. Again, it's a different view of delivering the same information, but it is definitely helping us. Like tables in the east is 36,000 sales, and in the central region they have also made 36,000 sales. So we can rely on to that. Then we have more kind of views. This is the bulleted chart that we kind of view earlier, like when she was kind of calling out the name. So this kind of chart helps us identify like how the furniture sales is in this month and how it was in the previous month. So this red line is showcasing the previous month sales, and this complete bar is showing the this month sales. So try to understand from the business perspective how well and how easier it would be to see how we are doing for this month as compared to the previous month. It will definitely help us do that, and we can definitely utilize these part of things. So that was a Tableau core part of things. Now I have quickly jumped into the CRM analytics. So in CRM analytics, again, I have created some demo data. I could not show you our customers' data because we would not be able, that would not be the right thing to do. So we have kind of created some data that we are showcasing you. So this is account analytics. So it is giving us account profile. So again, this is for retail industry itself only. So we can see the cases breakdown, like how many cases were escalated, how many cases were not escalated, the case priority, low, medium, high, the case origin from where they originated, email, phone. So this kind of view helps a business owner, somebody managing the retail segment, identify like where they need to put in more efforts into, whether it's the email side of things or whether it's the chat kind of things, like where the most customers are coming in from, how the experience is, they need to kind of look into that. So they can definitely rely on to these kind of information. This chart is showcasing the number of cases that they have created and how much time it takes to kind of close that. So if I click on it, it is kind of, doing the drill down into it just by clicking onto it. So we have this, and then we have opportunity analytics. So this kind of dashboard from CRM analytics is showcasing how well the pipeline is performing. So we can see like there are these many in the qualifying stage, these many need analysis stage. And then we have the sales executives information over here. So we can simply understand like John has 6.2 million sales coming in from his existing account, but he hasn't gotten new businesses. He has only 1,723,000 sales coming in from that. So we can see that if I click onto it, it will give me a drill down of that as well. So it helps us understand that, like how our sales executive are doing and which in particular section they are doing that. Then we have the component. Then we have the case analytics. It is showing us how many cases are closed, how many are in working stage, to whom they are assigned into. We can view that as well. Then we have product component kind of dashboard, which is showcasing what type of products we are selling the most. So accessories we are selling 22, laptop 21, digital phone 19. So this is kind of helping us identify that. And then this is the white space, which is telling us which particular account is buying which type of things from us. So like this account Anderson is buying cables from us, and the total sum of sales is $3,444, $40. So this is the high level dashboard that we can create. There are multiple more dashboards that we can create. The Tableau Pulse part, we could not configure into this environment because it would require a separate environment and we don't have access to that. Like you don't have an access to that, and I could not showcase my customer's production environment. So I don't have that particular thing, but this is how it looks. I have opened the Tableau site itself only. So you can see the following, you can see the reports that they have. They are following appliance sales, branch revenue, campaign ROI. So Tableau Pulse, this gives this kind of information. Like appliance sales is seeing an unusual spike, while branch revenue and campaign ROI are steadily increasing. So it is telling us that if there is an uptick, we need to see why there is an uptick so that we can make the most out of it. We are not running into hiccups like the inventory is not there or the proper education is not there for the sales executive. So this helps us do that. Then as I said earlier, CRM analytics have its own kind of things internally, data prep, recipes. So data flows is basically how you can, see the way the data is flowing in, from where it is flowing in. Then we have connections where we can get the data from different sources, whether it's Salesforce, Heroku, Redshift, MySQL, Azure. There are multiple connectors, and you can definitely have more connectors from App Exchange. Then we can use recipes to do all of that. So yeah, we have those capabilities with us that we can utilize. I will not be going deep into the lens, the app part, the dashboard part. They are something which we can cover maybe in the next webinar or maybe in some different videos. So I will not be going deep into that. So this is how the Tableau works. This is how Tableau can be beneficial for your business and how you can embed it into your business itself only. And one thing, just to add on top of it, having CRM analytics gives you the right insights at the right time. When you're opening up an opportunity, you can see all the information about it. When you're opening up an account, you can see all the information about it. You can link Tableau Pulse insights into that account itself only, so you have that much clarity as well. So you can leverage those things. Yeah. So that was the demo piece of it.
The next topic is why Tableau. And in order to make you understand why Tableau, I would not go into any explanation. We really want you to download the PDF that we are going to share in this webinar. So go check out that.
Yes.
We'll just skip this part. If you really want to know why Tableau, we have already covered some things here and there, but please just go ahead and download the presentation that we have created, and you'll get detailed information onto everything that is being delivered onto this webinar. Next is industry-based analytics by Tableau. So we'll talk about which industries used Tableau's CRM and how it helped them. So consumer goods, Tableau CRM for consumer goods helped increase the average order value. It recommends relevant products. It increases the field reps productivity and predicts which stores will perform the best. For manufacturing industry, it just helps you automate sales agreement process, analyze product penetration and white space, monitor account health and retain customers, and predict forecast by account. For financial services, it just helps you increase average lifetime value, identify where your time is best spent, discover key trends across your book of business, predict clients most likely to attrition. Tableau CRM for emergency response management. So it just helps you do contract tracing, prioritize emergency requests, understand emergency response status, and get up-to-date status for all your patients. Tableau CRM for loyalty management. By the way, we are the experts out there in the world into loyalty management platform of Salesforce. If you or someone in your known is looking for a loyalty management platform's implementation, Syntexa is the best partner out there that is available for that today.
Definitely.
We have a great practice of loyalty management, and we've done that for very good clients and very reputed ones, and
for
most complex.
For quite long time.
For quite a long time, and those implementations were not that easy. They were the most complex ones to implement. The programs that we created into those loyalty management was not so
millions
easy.
And millions of customers coming in, and millions and millions of transactions coming in.
So yeah, it was a good one. So Tableau CRM can help you manage your loyalty management and manage your loyalty program effectively, get AI-powered predictions to increase engagement, better understand member behavior, boost productivity and member experience. Then comes Tableau CRM for communications. It helps you increase sales productivity with tailored insights, improve engagement using advanced analytics and AI-powered predictions, boost performance and business impact, built with trademark. Is it trademark?
Yeah,
right?
TM
Forum industry standards. Now comes how to leverage Tableau for different departments. For sales, you can analyze everything related to sales. For marketing, you can see the ROI for each of the campaigns that you're running into marketing. For finance, you can see where the money is coming from and where exactly it is going. For human resource, you can keep the track of what exactly is the situation of the people working into your company, and how do they feel about it, and are they motivated, not, what are the typical challenges they're going through. Everything can be tracked very easily. Research and development can of course, all of the scientists out there who are all what they're doing for all of their life is research. They want data to be visualized and not in the boring format. At least the new data scientists do not want it to be into the boring format. So yeah, that's where we can use Tableau. Supply chain management, it can help you track inventory, monitor shipping, logistics, analyze supplier performance, and etc. Customer service, it can help you analyze the customer feedback, track support ticket volumes, monitor resolution times. Overall can help you track the customer experience. Operations, again, every data related to operations can be tracked with the help of Tableau. Real world success stories and use cases. So we have got amazing brands which have used Tableau and have solved great problems, and it has helped them very much in order to serve to their customers. Number one amongst them is Spotify, which we all use, and Joe Rogan got 400 million from Spotify. 400 million it was?
400 million it was.
400 million, are you serious? For a podcast.
For a podcast, he has so many,
Of course, he's the giant in it, but still. How much Tableau got acquired before? Can we search about it?
16 billion, I guess 16.5.
No, I doubt that.
16 billion it was, I guess.
It was Slack for 19 billion, right?
Yeah, so Tableau was the second highest acquisition.
16 billion. Can you tell me what was the amount of?
15.7 billion.
So he was absolutely correct. 16 billion approximately. So yeah, Spotify still gave 400 million only.
Yeah.
All right. The challenge was Spotify needed to analyze vast amounts of user data to personalize music recommendation and enhance user engagement. They used Tableau, and it helped them sort this exactly the same. Next, streamlining dealer and customer interactions. Mahindra and Mahindra, a popular car maker in India, and not just popular, a prominent car maker in India.
People are crazy about it. We have 1 year waiting for it.
Not now, but yeah, it used to be the case. So yeah, they were facing difficulties managing customer interactions and dealer operations across multiple touch points, and they used Tableau CRM in order to improve the same. Then comes IDFC First Bank. They wanted to retain more customers and increase the engagement through personalized and contextual marketing. They just utilized Marketing Cloud with the help of Tableau. With the help of Tableau, they got the right insights, and with the Marketing Cloud, they just took the right actions into their marketing activities, and it helped them solve a lot of problems, and it helped them increase the retention and overall sales. Then comes L&T. They wanted to improve their sales process and increase the customer adoption. You know L&T, right? They wanted to increase their low CRM adoption, and they used Tableau in order to do that, along with Salesforce, of course. So that's what it is. Now I'll tell you the way how you can choose the right implementation partner. Number one way is to look into the points that are written into this PDF, and in order to look into all of that, you'll have to, of course, download it. But the other way you can do that is just reach out Syntexa. We're the best for everything. With that, we'll get to the question and answers round. Let's have it. Hi Hulk, thanks for all the things. Thanks Paresh. प्रशांत सिंह राघव, बड़े साहब मेरी सैलरी बढ़ा दो जुलाई में. Amit Bagrecha, we had Amit Bagrecha there. Hi, good evening, thanks for the session. Thank you so much Amit. Aryan, hello. Yeah, we're done. Hi Hulk, Abhishek, hi. Is it possible for Salesforce QA to learn Tableau? Of course, yes, why not?
Yes.
And in fact, you should. Tarun, we can also use in other stack and platforms. Yeah, of course, you can integrate it with
embedded analytics. We have various APIs as well, various connectors as well, pre-built connectors.
All right. Insightful session, Aman. Thank you. All right. Now we're done. Thank you so much for. By the way, we would like to show you some references from where we have got some insights. Here they are. And after that, we would like to showcase you some another slide, which is thank you. and this is how you can get in touch with us. All right. Hope you enjoyed the session. See you in the next one. Bye-bye. Huh?
Another question we have it?
You have another question? What question is it? How Tableau is better and more effective than Power BI? Good question, Sandeep.
It has more integrated capabilities of AI into the mix as compared to Microsoft. So it has more integrated capabilities. I'm not saying the AI part of it, but more integrated part of things. So Salesforce has customer 360 environment. So it fits right into it. So when you're running a business, you want everything in the right place and you want to take the right actions and you want to have the right insights all at one place. So then Tableau is the right thing to move forward with. It has much more integrated approach towards the complete customer 360 environment.
Hope you got the answer. Beginner friendly.
Tableau, because we have so many.
He'll always say Tableau.
There is a
But
reason.
it is.
Trailhead, we have it. So you have a lot of resources.
Yeah, it is Tableau for sure.
Tableau has started in 2003 and they have been creating content about how to do analytics into it. Power BI started afterwards and they are not putting that much efforts into it, according to my analysis.
It's more of a technical tool to generate the insights from the data or to create right analytics from data. Tableau doesn't seem like that. Tableau is like just a application that you're using in order to get the analytics done, right? So yeah, I mean it's more user friendly or developer friendly or data scientist friendly. From where can we learn Tableau integration with Salesforce? Yeah, that's a good question.
So you can rely on the Trailhead itself only. They have a lot of good connections into it and you could simply utilize that.
See, there is one thing that I can tell you onto it. Whenever Salesforce acquires anything, there is a knowledge base also that they acquire along with it. And all of that knowledge base gets replicated onto Trailhead. But till the time it gets transformed and uploaded onto Trailhead, they put it into the documentations available, right? So earlier when its Exact Target got acquired and got rebranded as Marketing Cloud, the Exact Target's knowledge base was still available at that point of time unless it completely got transformed into Marketing Cloud, and then all of the data got transformed and got uploaded onto Trailhead. So if you can get your hands around the Tableau documentation itself, I think that'll be much better and much more detailed compared to Trailhead, because on Trailhead it's good, it's the easiest way to learn, of course, no doubt about it. But the point is a lot of great technical things gets missed out over it because they do not make it that detailed. But when it comes to knowledge bases, they are pretty much more intensive in terms of the knowledge provided over there for all of the clouds that Salesforce has. So if anything that you want to learn, forget about just Tableau. You just get your hands around the official documentations of the platform or of the cloud or of the product, and you'll get much more information over there.
Next up we have, could you please specify the difference between CRM analytics, Tableau cloud and other like Sales Cloud for reporting analytics purposes? Okay, so
good question.
Yeah, very good question. So for Tableau cloud, Tableau cloud is something which is outside Salesforce. So you would have to take data from your Salesforce platform to the outside platform and then kind of do your data analysis and create visualizations and then report on to some kind of activations if you want to do that. So you would have to do all of that. So there are a lot of additional work that you need to do in order to do that. And if you want to showcase that into Salesforce, you would be using Tableau embedded analytics kind of things into it. So again, additional efforts. When it comes to CRM analytics would allow you to do all of that inside Salesforce and activate on the data inside Salesforce itself only. So that's the benefit of CRM analytics, and that's the reason why Salesforce is kind of have it native onto the CRM platform, onto the Salesforce platform itself only. They did not went outside onto a third-party platform like they earlier did with Exact Target or Demandware, which they have non-native. So they have made it native. I hope that answers your question.
Oh, of course it does.
Yes.
Any more questions we have? Good. All right. Thank you so much, Pankaj. Hope you enjoyed.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.